I have never listened to Madonna outside of just a few songs, and even those weren't on purpose or intentional. Growing up, I heard some Madonna music, her biggest hits, of course, and "Hung Up" is a track of hers that I listened to a lot as it released, and I was in middle school, and I was a fan of that. But I never really dove back and listened to her outside of a few of her biggest hits. I really have no experience with Madonna, and last week I listened to her new single she released with Sabrina Carpenter, and I really enjoyed that. And I thought, now that I'm doing this channel and I'm doing these music reactions, why not dive in and see if Madonna is for me? As a pop fan myself, I think Madonna is one of those artists that kind of transcends pop. Like, I think she was a pop artist, but it wasn't like sometimes that can be used in a negative way or as like a pejorative, like, oh, a pop artist, which I disagree with, as a whole. But regardless, I understand what some people mean by that. But I think that Madonna even kind of transcends that, where even most people who would say, oh, I don't like pop music, might still be a big fan of Madonna. So I'm excited to check her out. This debut album, I don't think I've ever heard any tracks off of this. So this is going to be a fun time. I listened to this live over on my Patreon, where I listen to all of my music reactions live and then post them full and uncut over there before they come here edited to YouTube. So you can check that out to listen to music live along with me and let me know what you think of it as we're doing the reaction. Headphones on? Okay, let's take a look at the album cover for this debut album. There it is. Straight to the point. A picture of Madonna. Gotta like it. Okay. I like the black and white, and she has her name on both sides of the edge of the album there. This first song is called Lucky Star, is the opening track. Was this the inspiration for Lucky by Britney Spears? I don't know. But all right, here we go. Opening track. And we got 5 minutes, 38 seconds. So right off the rip, we're getting some long tracks, it seems. Only 8 tracks on the album, but it looks like they're, a lot of them at least are a bit longer. We'll see how that goes. Here we go. Lucky Star. Very 80s so far. I like it. All right, Allie says these are the album cuts. Single versions are shorter. All right, good to know. That makes sense for radio play. I love that sound in the background. All right, and we get the fade out. Well, I gotta say, first of all, for a 5.5 minute song, it never lost me. I saw some people here in my chat were saying, Connor says that he read an interview that Madonna doesn't like to sing some of her old songs because they're too simplistic. Ken R is here. What's up, Ken? He's saying the same thing about her not liking to sing her old songs. That's interesting to me. I get that thinking it's simplistic because it is. I mean, lyrically, of course, that one was, but that's okay. I mean, I think it depends on what the song's trying to do. I don't think there's anything super uh, riveting about the story going on here or the lyricism of the song. It's more just about kind of this infectious beat that's going on the whole time. And I also really love the hook there that literally, if you told me make a noise or a sound that you think sounds like starlight, that noise in the chorus sounds like that. And I really loved it. Excuse me. I love the uniqueness of the production on it, and it sounds very 80s, but this was 1983. It probably was pioneering a lot of that style, I would imagine. But it's very something I would throw on if I was driving in the summer or if I'm working out in those rare times that I do that I should do more of. But it's a song that kind of gets you pumped up to have a good time. I really enjoyed it. Ken said this was coming out when you were club age. I don't know if it's necessarily, I would say, like a club banger I would put on. Maybe that's what the clubs were like in the 80s, though, to be fair, I don't know. But, I would say more so for me or even just like a spring cleaning song, throwing this on while you're cleaning up your house as it gets nicer out. Again, it's one of those songs, you know? Yeah, okay, so Allie says, "Do you want the songs to be longer because these are club cuts, get into a dance groove." So they were playing in the clubs. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I could see getting down to this. I think that the track I listened to last week from Madonna was very much felt like a club song. But for the 80s, I get yeah, that makes sense. The 80s pop sound was basically Madonna, says Cash Wednesday. I totally get that. All right. That's a good opening track. If that's what we're in store for with this album, I think I'm going to enjoy it. Let's see what's up next. We have another close to 5.5 minute track here, Borderline. Let's see. Oh, is this one going to stay slower? No. I love that instrument. What is that? Is that a synthesizer? Yeah, fair enough. Shout out to this backup vocalist. Ah. There we go. Oh, we got another fade out here. All right. That was Borderline. First, I just gotta say, I can already tell by this song, she's wasting her time with whoever this guy is. I mean, come on. You could tell from what she's talking about in this song. I've never understood when guys do this. I guess girls can do it too, but you know, I've been with my now wife since I was 19, so I didn't do this, but friends that I've had, and it's kind of like just commit or move on. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And it's like I feel like she's stuck in this situation where she obviously really loves this person and wants to be with them, giving them her best, and they, when they're there, are great, but don't want to commit and don't want to go all the way and be in this relationship. It's kind of treating her poorly. So feel for her there. That's tough. Vocally, I loved it. Not only Madonna's vocals, which were great, and I'm really loving so far. And sounds completely different than the single. Obviously we're 40 plus years later, so her voice has, it's like it's going to change a little bit. But the younger vocals here from her are great. But this backing vocalist, whoever it is in this, I really love the addition of that, and I thought it really brought the song to the next level. I really enjoyed that. Someone had messaged in here. Let me go see real quick. Cash Wednesday said, so a little background on the production of the album. Production was initially being done by some in-house producers at Warner Brothers. Madonna and them were having creative differences. She brought in Jelly Bean Benitez, a Studio 54 JD who she was romantically involved in, to do several of the tracks in this album, including the last one, I believe. It's very interesting. Okay, so first of all, good on her. First album, she's already, kind of running the show, calling the shots. Good on her if that's the case. Yeah, okay. So Sixto said that is a synthesizer. All right, yeah. She does write from her experience. Well, if this was a real experience, I hope that she was not with that person long, or to not let them kind of tug her around like that for too long. Because you can't be wasting your time. You got to cut it off. You got to be like, hey, nah. Even though I know it's good when you're together, but not worth it. John A is here. What's up, John? Borderline was my favorite one on the album. Allie said Borderline is S tier 80s Madonna. Yeah, I totally get it. I really enjoyed that one. I wasn't expecting to that one was definitely still a poppy one. It wasn't like a ballad or anything, but definitely slowed it down a little bit compared to the last one. But yeah, I really enjoy it. Okay, on to the next one. It is called Burning Up.
Don't put me off, 'cause I'm on fire, and I can't quench my desire. Don't you know that I'm burning up for your love? You're not convinced that that is enough. I put myself in this position, and I deserve the imposition. But you don't even know I'm alive, and this pounding in my heart just won't die. I'm burning up. I'm burning up, burning up for your
Ooh.
love. I'm burning up for your love. I'm burning up for your love, for your love. You're always closing your door. Well, that only makes me want you more.
She wants what she can't have, that's for sure.
Come on, let go.
Ooh, love the guitar.
Burning up for your love. I'm burning up for your love. I'm burning up for your love, for your love. Oh, do you wanna see me down on my knees?
Whoa.
Bending over backwards now, would you be pleased?
Whoa.
I'm like the others, I'll do anything. I'm not the same, I have no shame. I'm
Damn.
on fire.
No shame is crazy.
I'm burning You know you got me burning up, baby. You know you
There we go. I am pumped up after that. Nice. I gotta say, on a first time listen, I think that's my favorite thus far. I am that pumped me up. I wanted to made me want to feel like I could if I could have like a stepper, those little steppers I could put under the desk and just start running while I'm listening to that because that got me hyped. That was awesome. I love the guitar in that one, and I love her desperation. You can kind of like hear her desperation coming through in the vocals of like, what do I got to do? Like she wants this guy bad, and he won't even give her any attention. She's like, "What do I got to do? I get on my knees for you? I bend over backwards? Like, what do you want? I'll do it. I'll do whatever." And it's like, damn. Really felt the emotion of that come through in her vocals as well. But yeah, that was great. Was that an extended version too? Because that was only a little over. That was 3:46. Um, I would have liked if it was as long as the last ones. Sixto said, "This is one of those Madonna songs that sound like everyone is doing cocaine in the club." Fair enough. John said, "Burning Up was her second video released, but it was not until Borderline that MTV gave her attention." Interesting. A lot of you guys were praising Borderline. I really liked it too, but I'm surprised that this one wasn't a bigger hit if that's the case, because I really enjoyed that. All right, up next, halfway through the album with the next track, I Know It. And just we'll see if it's still the case here after this and the rest of them, but after those three songs, yeah, absolutely. I've never heard any of these. So this is all new to me. But let's see, I Know It. Oh, ooh.
I don't know why I thought that you could make me happy. These tears I cry for you are so hopeless.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that we were going somewhere. But you grabbed your coat and you were out the door. And now I know you don't care. I know you're gonna take your love and run. I know you think I'm the foolish one. I know you're gonna turn around and say goodbye.
Ooh, is that saxophone?
I used to think you were my pretty angel coming down. Well, now you've just proven me wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What about the letters we have written? All the things we've said and done. Well, I'll just stand here while you
Whoa.
count the better.
Some drums in the background. I love this. Yeah, there you go. No, no, it's not.
You can't fool me, 'cause I'm not gonna cry for you, 'cause that's what you want me to do. No, I'm not gonna cry for you anymore. I know you're gonna take your love and run. I know you think I'm the foolish one. I know you're gonna turn around and say goodbye. I know it.
Dang, nice. I really love the instrumentation on that one. The saxophone coming in for just a few seconds. You know, I'm biased when it comes. I love the saxophone, but also the drum in there for just a second. Obviously, the synthesizer that's all over the album. But I also really love when you listen to it. You know, this is my first time listening to it. Obviously, I'm listening to it in this album, fourth track on the album, the midway point, and up to this point, you can tell it's like she's having a rough time so far when it comes to love. I mean, loving people who don't give her any attention, loving people that don't commit. And this is the first time where it's almost like that damage that she's gone through is already kind of catching up to her, where this person, it doesn't seem like has left her just yet. But she's like, I know you're gonna. Like, I know you're gonna just take your love and run. You know, I know it. I've been through this already. And I'm sure she was pretty young at this time, but already having that opinion of like, I know how this goes, okay? Like, you don't gotta, it's fine. You're gonna leave. I get it. But you know what? I'm not gonna cry over you. It's like you can kind of see the progression of her response to this like a relationship ending poorly, and it kind of like changing from earlier on in the tracks to now already. And I always love when an album can kind of tell a story like that or show progression like that. Don't know if that was intended at all, but that's what I'm taking out of it. So I really liked that kind of story in the song, and I also really love the instrumentation. um Cash Wednesday said, "This is the only song on the album I'm kind of meh on." That's interesting. I wonder if on its own, just as a single, you know, if it doesn't have as much of that effect. But listening to it in the album, I definitely really enjoyed it. So let's keep it going. We're on the back half of the album now. This one is called "Holiday." Ooh. Yeah, whoever it was she was bringing in for the production, good choice. Jelly Bean again, yeah.
If we took a holiday, took some time to
Ooh.
celebrate, just one day out of life, it would be so nice. Everybody spread the word. Just one day out of life, it would be so nice.
This is relatable to me right now. I'm about to go on a holiday. I could be bumping this. Nice.
Holiday, celebrate. Holiday,
Okay. I'm familiar with this part of it, I think.
celebrate.
I've definitely heard that.
Celebration, come together in every nation.
Ooh.
We've got to get to
A little bit of raw piano coming in.
some time to celebrate. Just one day out of life, it would be so nice. Holiday, celebration, come together in every nation. Holiday, celebration, come together.
All right. Longest track so far, over 6 minutes. Uh, I have never heard that song in full, but we have gotten to the first time here in the album where I've definitely heard, I think, whether it's in commercials, movies, whatever it is, that holiday, celebrate, it could be so nice. Definitely have heard that before, but I've never heard it in the context of this full track. So hearing it, had no idea it was a Madonna song or anything. Um, but that doesn't surprise me that that's the one that I've heard in the ether in pop culture in my life because it's a song about taking a holiday. It's a song about celebrating. It's like pretty ubiquitous. You could use it for a lot of stuff. So that does not surprise me that I've heard that before in my life. So I really enjoyed it. It was interesting to hear just that little sound bite that I'm so familiar with from my life in its actual track. I have a question. Maybe some of you here that are watching live, or if you're watching on Patreon or YouTube, you can comment. Let me know when we. If you were around at this time, when we got into the '80s and they started using stuff like the synthesizer and everything, I'm not saying it started in the '80s. I don't know, but like the sound of it in this song in particular, like I think about when I was growing up and people started using more computer esque sounds and the older generation, oh, this isn't music anymore. There's no instruments. I understand the synthesizer is not the same, but when that started being used and becoming a big sound in pop, was there pushback against that? Or what did people think about that when that started becoming a kind of a mainstream sound? Because now it's retro, right? Like now you look back and you think about the synthesizer music and you're like, oh, it's 80s, it's, new wave, whatever. So I'm curious, especially from the American perspective, but international as well. Like, what was that like when that started kind of overtaking and becoming a popular thing? I'd be curious. The Nexus says it was considered experimental, avant garde. Cash Wednesday said it was taking over rock music too. New wave was a lot of synth in favor of guitar. Yeah, it's interesting. I just would like to know what that'd be like because I feel like anytime anything new, comes into music, there's always going to be pushback, right? So I find it interesting. Connor says, from what I remember, synth and whatnot was really getting pushed in psychedelic rock like Pink Floyd, and then when they brought it into more of new wave, people were into it. Okay, well, hey, if everyone just accepted it, that's cool. Because I like it. But yeah, it's interesting. All right, the next track is called "Think of Me." And the rest of these tracks are all very long, but this one's just about 5 minutes. Think of me. Ooh.
I'm getting tired of waiting around. I feel like I'm always tracking you down. I don't wanna point my finger at you, but there's something you're forgetting. Here's what you better do. You better think of me. I know you want to, baby. Think of me. It won't be long before you think of me.
Is this the most infectious beat so far? Yeah, fair enough. Oh, yeah. There you go, Madonna. Oh, hell yeah.
Stop wasting all my time. You know it could have been so fine. You better.
Oh, all right, breaking it down. All right. I gotta say, first time listen, I think that could be my favorite track. I love that. I felt like that took everything that was strong individually in the different tracks of the album so far and brought it all together in this one. You have one of the best, if not the best, beat and you know, instrumentation synthesizer on the album so far. A saxophone solo. I mean, that's just one of those like instant, you know, escalation for me. It's like you got to go saxophone in there. That's gonna hit me right. And then also lyrically, I talked about earlier how she started off basically begging for attention. I'll get down on my knees, I'll bend over backwards, whatever you want, just give me attention. To then being a little bit more like, you know what, I know you're gonna leave, it's fine. I'm not good enough for you, whatever, but I'm not gonna cry over it. You don't deserve that. And now all the way to you better think of me. You better do better because I'm going to move on. I'm the one that's going to leave if you don't treat me right. Standing up for herself. How amazing you get this like growth in this one album, in this theme of how to handle love in men who don't treat you correctly or don't give you enough attention. That's awesome. That's just I love when you can listen to an album like that and it's just like the track listing matters, the order matters, and you can hear that, progression throughout. I love it. But also just on a track on its own, I thought that was great. I really thought that was great. Might be one of my favorites so far. The next it says, well, I like her begging and burning up. Yeah, fair enough. It isn't as catchy and radio friendly as Lucky Star, says Ken. Radio friendly? Yeah, it's interesting. I can't speak to 80s radio. I definitely say Lucky Star is a bit more. Yeah, like, yeah, radio track. I can understand that, but that's a banger, though. Think of me. That's a banger. Okay. It is time for the penultimate track on the album. And it also looks like it is the longest one so far 6 minutes, 40 seconds. Physical Attraction. See you on the other side.
You say that you need my love and you want it, my body. I don't mind, baby. All I've got is time, and I'm waiting to make you mine. This physical attraction, chemical reaction. Physical attraction. Chemical reaction, yeah. Even though we never met before, we got to move before the sun is rising. And you'll be walking slowly out the door.
They're banging, and he's out of here. That's all it is. Nothing wrong with that, though, in the right situation.
You're confusing me,
Ooh, get some speaking here.
'cause I don't know if you want me, but I know that I want you.
How many people do you think have banged to this song?
Maybe we were meant to be.
It's gotta be hundreds, at least. Thousands?
So much satisfaction, attraction, reaction. So much satisfaction. It's a physical attraction. A chemical reaction. Physical attraction. A chemical reaction. A physical attraction. A chemical
All right. Well, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with having a song about banging. Some of the best songs of all time are about banging. At the end of the day, At the end of the day, we all just, men, women, we all just have monkey brains at the end of the day and all just want to smash each other. But Ken R said, reminds me of the number one song of the decade for chart power was Olivia Newton John, Let's Get Physical. Yeah, that's obviously a huge example of that classic song, Let's Get Physical. And in a more modern sense, I would say also there's Physical by Dua Lipa. And then also on Men's Best Friend, one of my favorite tracks from that album, House Tour by Sabrina Carpenter. Just a song about banging. It's like it is what it is. We all do it. Hopefully, we all do it. Um, I enjoyed it. Some of you were saying, I think Cash Wednesday said one of his favorites on the album. I think Denaxis really loved it as well. I liked it. Afternoon Delight, Afternoon Delight. That's another great track about banging. A little bit more low key, a little bit more snuck in that one. Ken, I don't know if you've ever seen Arrested Development, one of the best episodes of that show, Afternoon Delight. But yeah, I enjoyed that one. It is what it is. Not my favorite on this album on a first listen, but it's a song about banging. It fit it well. It executed it well. All right, it is time for the last track on the album. 6 minutes. Everybody. If you've listened to any of my album reactions that I've done so far, you know that I put a lot of value in being the last track of an album. I think there's two important spots on an album: the opener and the closer. I think they're very important when it comes to album structure. So let's see what kind of closer is Everybody.
I know you've been waiting. Yeah, I've been watching you.
Uh oh,
Yeah, I know you wanna get up. Yeah,
get up.
come on. Everybody, come on, dance and sing. Everybody,
All right, calling everyone to the dance floor.
everybody, come on,
Club banger.
dance and sing. Everybody, get up and do your thing. Let the music take control. Find a groove and let yourself go.
Oh, there we go. There's some nice vocals.
Begins to sway. You know what I'm trying to say. Come on, take a chance. Get up and start the dance. Let the DJ shake you. Let the music take you. Everybody, come on, dance and sing. Everybody, get up and do your thing. Everybody, come on, dance and sing. Everybody, get up and do your thing.
I would imagine that for someone that would hate dancing, this would be their worst nightmare, I would imagine.
Everybody, come on, dance and sing.
Ooh.
Everybody, get up and do your thing.
Yeah, Badger. A group of guys in the corner uncomfortably fake dancing to this. Yeah. All right, and that was Madonna's debut album, self-titled, from 1983, ending with Everybody. I gotta say, I usually like to do a top three for albums. I think of all the album reactions I've done thus far, this is the most clear cut. There are three songs that stick out to me that I absolutely loved, and then the rest was good. I don't think there were really any tracks that I disliked. I think Everybody and Holiday are kind of very simple, like, holiday, let's take a holiday. Everybody, everyone dance. It's like, okay, like that's it's just like very simple. It's like, okay, they do what they do. But for me, The three that stuck out to me that I know I'm going to be listening to a lot, and I'm really glad that I've discovered from this album. My number one is Think of Me. Think of Me is a straight up banger. I loved it. And then I got to go. These are kind of both the same. I don't know if I'd put which one two, which one three, but Burning Up and I Know It. I loved both of those. If I had to put one or the other over the other just from a first time listen, I'd probably go Burning Up number two, and then I Know It number three. But I loved those tracks. Specifically, I really loved when you listen to it as an album. Those are the ones where you kind of got the picture of Madonna and what she's dealing with in this album in terms of dealing with love that does not give her the attention that she requires, the treatment that she deserves. And I think those three tracks were the most exemplary of that. But also instrumentally, they were great. You had great guitar in "Burning Up." You had great the saxophone solo in "Think of Me." I think that was in. There was a little bit of saxophone. I think in "I Know It" as well. I loved both of those, and especially Think of Me. Before any of this, the only Madonna track that I really knew, like, that I'd listened to a lot was Hung Up. And so by default, that's like my favorite Madonna track. I would say Think of Me is now right up there with Hung Up as my favorite track of hers. And speaking of that, Hung Up, I know, is off of the album Confessions on a Dance Floor, and Madonna is releasing sometime this year, I think this summer. Oh, yeah, July 3rd, 4th of July weekend, Confessions 2, a sequel to that. So I really want to react to Confessions on a Dance Floor before we get there, or maybe that's what I'll react to maybe the week before or something. But that's her 10th album. So I'm going to try to react to as many albums in order as I can of hers before then. So up next will be Like a Virgin, which came out the following year, 1984. And then after that, I'm going to need maybe some help on which ones are okay to skip if I have to, because I want to listen to Confessions in full before I react to Confessions 2 when it gets released, 4th of July. So that's my plan for Madonna. And moving forward, when I get back from my trip here next week, I'm going to be going all the way back with the Beatles. I listened to Rubber Soul, Revolver, and Sgt. Pepper's. Now I'm going all the way back and starting at the very beginning with them. And I'm going to try to even include singles and stuff like that too. And then with Pink Floyd, I want to listen to The Wall. Absolutely. I really loved Dark Side of the Moon. And then I'm doing pop albums as well as those, our new releases that are coming out. And then I'll be doing this Madonna. So over the summer, at least for definitely for June, and then going into July and into the summer, that's gonna be my main music reactions that I'm gonna be doing. I'll continue to do those live on Patreon on Fridays, and then full uncut on Patreon after I do them, and then edited here on YouTube. So let me know for Madonna which ones to listen to. Absolutely, that I must have to. Cash Wednesday says right here, first four albums are unskippable. Erotica and Bedtime Stories, maybe. Then nothing after that. Okay. Definitely doing Like a Prayer next. Or I'm sorry, Like a Virgin next. And then I know Like a Prayer is also in there eventually. So that would be in her first four, right? Like a Virgin, True Blue, and then Like a Prayer. Okay, and then you're saying erotica and bedtime stories, I maybe, and then after that, it's fine to skip to confessions. Okay, that's what Cash Wednesday's saying on my live stream. But you guys comment, let me know what you think. I'll try to think in my mind and look at my schedule. How many am I going to be able to do in June? Because even if I did one a week in June, that's only four, right? So, and one of them has to be confessions. So I could maybe double up and do a stream where I do two albums in the same stream. I could do that. But we'll see. We'll see what we do. But I definitely want to lead up and then react to Confessions and then do Confessions 2 when it releases. But if you're here live, thank you guys that are here live with me. This has been a lot of fun as always. If you missed any of this, it will be posted hopefully later today on the Patreon. And I think I've finally gotten to the point with recording while I'm streaming and my color correction and everything. It doesn't look terrible. So I think I might be okay with just posting the recorded stream, which means less work for me and it'll get up quicker. And then for last week's stream, for the Tears for Fears and Avery Cochran albums, I'll try to get those up before I go on my trip. But thank you guys for being here. And I'm going to be jumping over to YouTube in just a few minutes on my main channel, Target Audience, to do a quick little live stream over there because it's been a while since I've done one of those. And so you can join me over there in just a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys so much. This summer is going to be a lot of fun here on the channel. The music obviously is my main thing I'm doing, but I am watching Smallville and 6 Feet Under here on the Patreon at least, and they should go to YouTube eventually. So thank you so much for being here, guys. Cash, Connor, Denaxis, thanks for you being here. Ken R was here at some point. Badger, John was here. Allie and Sixto were here towards the beginning. Thank you, everyone. Sorry if I missed anyone. And yeah, I will see you guys later.